Good afternoon. See, okay, we're gonna do it one more time. Good afternoon. You guys are fabulous. It is my sincere pleasure, and I mean that 100% sincerely, to welcome you to the College of Education Teacher Pinning Ceremony. And I'm super duper sincere this time because it is so good to see you, those of you that are here face to face. We have missed this type of interaction and this type of opportunity, and we are grateful that you are here and that we get to celebrate with you together. I also want to acknowledge and celebrate with our colleagues who are not here face to face but are joining us virtually and on our live stream, because we likewise are very excited to celebrate with you today as well. And I also want to acknowledge those folks who are your supporters, your friends, your family, your colleagues, who are joining you on the virtual live stream as well to support you in this really exciting moment and in this really exciting opportunity. So we began this tradition of the teacher pinning ceremony in 2018 for many reasons. First, and most importantly, is to honor you, our students, our teacher candidates, our next generation of difference makers. You have worked hard, you have learned, you have grown, you have struggled, and in a year like 2020, we know how much you have struggled. And most importantly, you have overcome. For today's graduates, this is more true than ever before. You have persevered through one of the most unusual, unexpected, unpredictable seasons that the world has ever seen, and certainly one of the most unpredictable and unexpected and challenging seasons that teachers have ever faced. Today, you have reached a milestone, the step that moves you formally from being a student to a teacher. And in just a few minutes, you will recite the College of Education Teacher's Oath, committing out loud to yourself, to your peers, to your faculty, to your friends and family, the responsibility that comes with being a Sam Houston State University teacher. The oath reflects your commitment to this noble and meaningful career choice. Today is a day worth celebrating because you are worth celebrating. We are here to recognize this accomplishment, to tell you how very, very proud we are of you, and to celebrate this transition, the transition from student to teacher. Well done, and congratulations. Give yourselves a round of applause. But we also have a second reason for being here. And so our second reason for being here today is to celebrate and honor the career that you have chosen. The need for dedicated, high-quality, excellent teachers of all types has never been greater. Today's students need you. They need you more than ever. They need and deserve the very best teachers possible. The pin you will receive today includes the Sam Houston State University official SH logo, because you will proudly not just be a teacher, but a Sam Houston State University teacher, the very best that Texas has to offer. That makes you special. Your pin also, however, is in the shape of a starfish. In 2017, our college began the Starfish Project in response to helping meet our students' needs after Hurricane Harvey. Little did we know that 2020 would create an entirely new perspective for how important it is for us to support one another. Not that differently than a hurricane, the pandemic has caused great loss and great need, and the College of Education family has worked together to meet those needs at every possible level, including financial, academic, and emotional support. But the Starfish Project is named for a story you probably heard before. In the story, a little girl is walking along the beach, and the beach is covered with starfish. The tide has come in, and the tide has gone back out, and when the tide went back out, it left starfish littered across the beach. And the little girl walks along, and she picks up starfish, and she tosses them back into the ocean. And a bystander comes up to her, and he says, what are you doing? Do you not see all these starfish all the way down the beach? How can you possibly think you're going to make a difference? And she picks up a starfish, and she tosses it back into the ocean, and she looks at him, And she says, I made a difference to that one. So today, your College of Education pin is in the shape of a starfish to remind you that as a teacher, you make a difference. Teachers make a difference every single day in perhaps the most powerful way possible. They impact students. They impact lives. They impact the future of our schools, the future of our communities, the future of our country, and indeed the future of our world are without exception impacted by teachers. Starting today, you are a teacher. And we celebrate this profession and your choice to be part of it by this pinning ceremony. I keep a quote on my desk, and I really literally keep the quote on my desk. You can come by and see it. I'll promise I'll show it to you. That someone gave me when I was in your seat, not literally in your seat, but when I started my teaching career almost 30 years ago, and we won't talk about that part of it. But somebody gave it to me as a gift almost 30 years ago. I've kept it all these years because it is such an important reminder, and it's falling apart, and it's clipped together, and I keep it on my desk because I want to never forget. What it says is 100 years from now, it will not matter how much money was in my bank account, what kind of car I drove, or how big a house I lived in. But the world may be a better place because I made a difference in the life of a child. You will make a difference. You will impact the lives of children. You will change the world, and you matter every single day. Every single day. The Starfish legacy continues today because of you. So thank you, not just from me, but from the entire College of Education, and especially from the students whose lives you will impact every single day. Thank you today for choosing to be a Bearcat teacher. And remember that your job, your calling, is to make a difference to one and to many every single day. You are a teacher. Congratulations. So one of the traditions that we have with our teacher pinning ceremony is that we include words of wisdom from a recent College of Education alumnus who is still in the early stages of his or her teaching career. It's my pleasure today to introduce this year's speaker, Ms. Chastity McFarland, a 2017 cum laude graduate from the College of Education. Chastity is in her 4th year of teaching and is currently a 3rd grade reading, language arts, and social studies teacher at the Rice School in Houston ISD. She's also completing her master's degree in administration. Please join me in welcoming Chastity McFarland.
Congratulations, you did it. You have made it through our wonderful program, and you did it. You are about to walk into your career, walk into your dream jobs. But I did want to stop by and, give a few pointers. So first, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and know that everything is going to be okay. I promise everything is going to be okay. Take a deep breath. I know exactly how you are feeling. All of the emotions, okay? You're excited because you graduated, but you're also kind of anxious because you're stepping into the unknown, You've gone through things, we've practiced, and everything our wonderful program had us to do to prepare us to be classroom teachers, but you just don't know. And a big word that's throughout my district this year is flexibility. As I mentioned, things change on a daily basis. Or I have planned this wonderful lesson plan. I mean, wonderful. And it didn't go how I planned. Okay? So being flexible and knowing that if I didn't get through my lesson, I can finish tomorrow, pick up where I left off. The kids don't know, but you know. Okay, so, and they are resilient, and so they'll love you regardless. So just flexibility all around, especially as we go forth in education. Everyone's just kind of, navigating and finding what's working best. So it's okay. And then the last nugget I'm going to leave you with is self-care. Now, this was a big one for me. This is my 4th year and I'm just now learning this, but self-care, setting those boundaries is necessary. But as you will find out, teaching, it never stops. In the morning, after school, during school, texting parents, calling parents, grading, lesson planning, getting ready for the next day. It never stops. However, you do have to set those necessary boundaries because self-care is important. You have to make sure that you're 100% in order to give the kids 100%. So self-care is very, very important. So setting quiet hours on Dojo, or not checking your email after 7 o'clock, or not grading on the weekends, or I'm going to grade 2 hours, or whatever it may be, to make you happy. Make sure that you do it and make sure you keep yourself a priority, because I had to learn that the hard way. My first 2 years of teaching, I would, just stay at the school till 6, 7 o'clock, trying to figure it out. And I unfortunately got burnt out really quick. But this year, I'm learning to take care of myself, especially in these circumstances. So those were just a few nuggets that I wanted to leave you with. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Chastity. We also feature in this ceremony as our keynote a superintendent to bring you words of wisdom from their perspective as well. And it is truly my honor to introduce our featured superintendent speaker for today, Dr. LaTanya Goffney. Dr. Goffney is the superintendent of Aldine ISD, one of the largest and most diverse districts in Texas. She's a native of Cold Spring, Texas, and has been a teacher, assistant principal, and superintendent of Cold Spring Oakhurst ISD before becoming superintendent of Lufkin ISD and now Aldine. She was honored in 2017 as the Superintendent of the Year for the entire state of Texas. Dr. Goffney is a proud Bearcat alum, having earned all 3 of her degrees, her bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees from the College of Education at Sam Houston State University. Please join me in welcoming Dr. LaTanya Goffney.
Hello, fellow Bearcats. I am super excited to be a part of your day today. As I stand here and I'm reflecting back over my life, I am so thankful for the opportunities that Sam Houston presented me. And while I'm thankful for Sam Houston, I want you to understand the power of a teacher. You see, when I have friends who call, I always say, I'm living the dream. And the only reason that I get to live the dream is because of educators just like you. You see, I wasn't born on third base. I share this story because I understand that you're going to be in classrooms someday with students who are just like me. My grandmother, she raised me. I tell you, she taught me the value of hard work because she worked as a housekeeper. She actually cleaned toilets for a living and took care of elderly people so that we could have food to eat and a roof over our heads. And what I know for sure is education made the entire difference. Because although I lived in poverty, when I went to school, I had teachers who believed in me, encouraged me, inspired me, and exposed me to possibilities that were beyond anything that I was experiencing at home. And so it's my hope that as you think about right now, this moment, 2020 has not been good. Believe me, it has not, and I understand that. But I want you to take this moment and I want you to make something good out of it because you have real power in your hands right now. Real power. I know you're going to get your diplomas, you're going to get your pens, but most importantly, you're going to get the opportunity to make a difference for so many students. Wow. You talk about living the dream. You guys are dream makers. You're dream creators. And I want you to remember that when you go into the classrooms that you take on. Listen, this work is not easy by far. But who said it was going to be easy? It's certainly not hard either, because when you love what you do, you know you won't have to work a day in your life. And I hope that all of you take advantage of this opportunity and truly think about the difference that you're going to make. You know, if you choose Aldine ISD, one of the questions that I love to ask my new teachers is, which group do you want to be a part of? Those who are students' worst experience or a student's best experience? Because if I were to ask you, who was your best teacher? You know who it was. Mine was Mr. Conley, algebra, but don't tell Mr. Ashley who taught me geometry. If I was to ask you who was your worst teacher, you know who they are as well. And I won't name them, but I remember them. And so I want you to be remembered as the best, because let me tell you, our society, our world, the things that we're facing, the things that we're overcoming, you know where the solution's going to lie? In our classrooms with our teachers who are going to inspire our students and inspire another generation to do the work and to make a difference in this world. I wish that I was in your presence so I could look each of you in your eye and encourage you to take on this opportunity with the fierceness and the ferociousness that encourages people to do better, to live better, and to enjoy better. Because ultimately, seriously, you know, when I think about living the dream and I think about, you know, my grandmother and all of those different things, I want you to think about that as well, because you truly are living the dream. You're living your mother's dream, your grandparents' dream, an ancestor's dream, or someone's dream. And so I also want you to remember that there are going to be some tough days. But even on your toughest day, as an educator, you don't really get to have a real bad day, because even on your worst day, you're still going to be some child's best hope. Congratulations. I am very proud of you. Honored to call you alumni and fellow Bearcat, and I'm wishing you much success for a terrific future.
I am so grateful to Dr. Goffney for reminding you that you are dream builders, difference makers, life changers. I am standing here looking at a room full of the most powerful people in the world. As future teachers, as teachers starting today, you are the most powerful, influential, important people in the world. And I want you to always remember that and take that with you. Our most exciting part of today is about to begin. And so if you will help me welcome Dr. Kathy Adair to lead us in the pinning component of our ceremony.
Good afternoon. At this time, I would like to invite faculty forward to their positions for the pinning of our candidates. Candidates, the marshals will usher you to the front of the room in small groups to receive your pin. Please maintain social distance throughout the process as you come forward to accept the pin. You'll face the camera, and faculty will drape your pin stole over your shoulders from behind. Then you'll pause for a moment. For those of you who are joining us virtually, I hope that you're each wearing your blue stole that you received in the mail. Your pin will be placed on your stole by the person that you have standing with you today. Please be patient. There'll be a special time for your group to stand together and perform the pinning. Faculty, marshals. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. candidates. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. Candidates, for those of you joining us virtually, please stand with your biggest supporter at this time. Best supporter, please pin your candidate. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. Congratulations, Bearcat teachers. So proud of you. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Jana Nerin, Associate Dean for Planning and Assessment and Interim Chair for the School of Teaching and Learning. Dr. Nerin will lead us in the College of Education Teacher Oath.
Well, that was exciting. I like the enthusiasm of this group. I think you need to give yourselves one more really robust round of applause. And now I'm going to ask you to stand, and I would ask those of you that are joining us virtually from your homes to also stand. And we are together going to say the words of the Bearcat Teacher Oath. You can find those words in your program and also on the screen. So if you would, join me now in reciting the Bearcat Teacher Oath. I am dedicated to serving others through teaching. I am committed to inspiring the minds of the future. I will strive to create opportunities for others' success. I believe that a quality education is founded upon research, is culturally responsive, and is ethically sound. As a Bearcat teacher, I will use my abilities to make a positive impact on the world. I am a lifelong learner. I am a leader. I am a difference maker. I am an educator. I am a Sam Houston teacher. Congratulations, and you may be seated.
So, here you are, here today or virtually with us, masked, sanitized, socially distanced, and now penned as brand new Bearcat teachers. I'm so, so proud of you. It has been a pretty smooth semester. You survived a 6-hour orientation by Zoom. Some of you were told, no, you can't come to campus quite yet. And somehow, you still managed to find a way to teach. Many of your university supervisors were not allowed to come to campus to support you in person, and yet, you still managed to teach. A few mentor teachers fell apart in front of you, or your observation videos wouldn't load, and yet, you kept on teaching. Quite a few of you contracted COVID. Some of your mentor teachers came down with COVID. Some of your roommates came down with COVID. And some of your students came down with COVID. And yet, you still kept teaching. A couple of you had a hospital stay. 4 of you had babies. A couple of you got married. And yet, you still kept teaching. 1 or 2 of you lost a family member or a friend, but you picked yourself up and you kept right on teaching. You weren't allowed to hug your students or shake hands with them, but you still kept teaching and you still built relationships. Some of your mentors didn't complete their paperwork. And many of your mentors did complete their paperwork. You fought the TK20 gods, and you won. You taught in person, you taught online, you taught in person and online, all at the same time. And over 200 of you successfully completed your student teaching semester, your year-long residency program, or your Ed-Aid program during the worst pandemic in the history of the United States. You've made us so very proud. As you go on to become full-fledged teachers, I'd like to leave you with one of my favorite quotes from Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Yes, it was a pretty smooth semester. And do you know why? Because nothing can stop a Bearcat teacher. we hope that you'll join us for the car parade at 4:30 this afternoon to continue the celebration. As a reminder, you'll line up in the parking lot between the TEC building and the intramural fields, and you follow the lead car from there. There'll be lots of photo ops. And as we dismiss today, please remain in your seat. The marshals will dismiss you in small groups to the back tables to pick up your the parting gifts that we have for you on your way out that door in the back. We do ask that you, when you exit the ballroom and the LSC, that you maintain your social distancing before you celebrate with your friends outside. And before you get ready to exit, let's get a group selfie. So please stand where you are.
All right, guys, true confession. I'm not very good at this. My children make fun of me, and I deserve it. But hang with me, and I promise I'll do it right. Maybe. All right, you ready? Whoops. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Bearcat teachers, right? Awesome. Give yourselves one more round of applause. And you can have a seat. Like Dr. Adair said, the marshals will dismiss you so that we're still maintaining our COVID protocols, but you will find your way to the back where we have some giveaways for you, and we look forward to seeing you at the car parade. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for being here.